Hello, I'm the Reclusive Crafter. Today I am going to be using up bits and pieces to put in my ideas folder that I did for myself, or my ideas journal I should say. For those of you that have visited my channel before, you might recall that I put together this little journal made out of one of my mum's old cards, and I put it together really just for my own purposes, and I'm going to be using it as an ideas journal. So I've got lots and lots of bits and pieces left over from my previous project, which was the Diary of a Lady from Scrumpy Mummy's collection, and today I'm going to be using all the little bits and pieces and the bits that I didn't use to make up some ideas for my ideas journal. So the first piece I'm going to do is probably this bit here. This was a transparency that I did for the journal, and this was a piece that I messed up basically. So rather than throw this away, I am going to make use of it, and I'm going to make a little pocket for my ideas journal rather than actually throw it away. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut this to size. So the transparency itself is roughly 13 centimeters wide, which is 5 inches and an eighth roughly. Now I want to actually fold the sides of the pocket over to give a border around the edge. I don't know if you can see, but I did actually tear this off a previous piece, which has left this marks all around here. So the pocket that I do, I want it to fold over to cover most of that over. It is only for an ideas pocket, so I don't really mind that you're going to still be able to see a little bit of that, but I just thought it would be good use of this particular piece rather than actually waste it. So this is, what did I say it was? About 13 centimeters wide. So I want to do about 1/2 centimeter border all round. So if that was 13, if I do that at 14, that would give me a 1/2 inch fold on the edges, which I think would work, although that's white, that side, is that's double-sided, that one. So I wonder if I've got another piece of that that's actually double-sided. Just bear with me while I have a route through. It doesn't really matter if it's not double-sided. Perfect, and there is a piece. Tra-la! Yeah, I do cut so many bits and pieces out when I'm doing these journals. There's always plenty left over to play with, so that's always nice. So I want this to be 14 centimeters, so I'm going to take that to there, and then lengthwise again I want a little bit of fold at the bottom, so that's, what is that? That's 17.5. So if I go, oh, that's handy. So if I go to 18 centimeters, I wonder where that will leave me. Let me just move this journal out of the way while I'm working. If I go to 18 centimeters, there's a nice little scrap I can use later. If I take that to 18, that takes me just to the bottom of there. What do I want to lose? Let me have a look and see how much I'd lose if I went round that way. 18 would take me to there. I think, I wonder if that's, how much is that? That's about, yeah, I think I'm going to take it down this way, which will leave me another very pretty little piece to use. And then that, okay, that looks a bit shy actually, doesn't it? Let's score it and see what occurs. So if I score it at 1/2 centimeter, Let me put my little scoring bit in. Score it at 1/2 centimetre, and then score this one at 1/2 centimetre, and then turn it and score it at 1/2 centimetre. Oh, that looks more than 1/2 centimetre, doesn't it? I didn't have that straight by the look of it. And I bet you were all shouting at me saying, that's not even straight. Let me do that bit again. There we go. Yeah, getting too clever with my scorer. Right, and that's that bit done. So, let me put those on so I can see what I am doing. That won't show, which is lucky. Just going to fold that over there, give that a little burnish. That's that one done. Fold this one over here. Have I done that right? Have I done the... Yeah, I guess so. I should have done it a little bit longer, to be fair. Should have allowed a little bit at the top there, but never mind. I can always cut this one down just marginally, I guess. And at the end of the day, it is only an ideas journal, so you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to remind me about ideas I've had that I can reuse. And I'm just going to cover that up so that that doesn't end up blinding you folks. Okay, and now with my scissors, I am just going to take that across there and take that across there so that we get a nice angle. Just make sure that that's okay. That's okay. Just fold that in a little bit better. There we go. I hope you're all having a nice bank holiday weekend. It's been a while since I've been able to get into my room and do anything, to be honest with you. We've had company this weekend, and yeah, you see, that wasn't my... Oh, do you know, my measurements are absolutely shocking sometimes. I'm going to have to cut that down a bit. So I'm just going to trim that off. Just want to trim that off a little bit. My measurements have been absolutely shocking, which is a bit rubbish. So that's not going to cut anything. So I'll take that off there and pop that there. So that's that bit. And I'm just going to trim this bottom down by about 1 centimetre. Okay, and it sounds like I've just had company arrive. Hey ho, mustn't grumble. Just going to straighten this up just a little bit, like so. Okay, my company's gone and I'm back in the room. I've just, oh, excuse me, I'm just putting a few bits away. So I finished off the little pocket, so I've just I just folded the edges in and glued that down while I was off camera. And I am just going to just trim these little corners up a little bit, just to tidy that. I think I'll just use that to give me a similar cut that side. That's that one done. Okay, so there we go. So that's my first little piece done. I'm going to now make a little journal card to go in there. And I'm not sure if I want to use that, or I think I'm going to use this because I have got another piece, that acetate, that's actually that design there. So I'd like to use that on another pocket like this, but maybe as something to use. So I'm going to use this one as the journal card, and I want this to be a little bit taller than there. So I want to cut that off. Let me see. I want to cut that off at about there, and width-wise, I want it to fit nice and neatly in the pocket, but not be too tight. So I'm going to trim that off about there. And then on the reverse side of this, it's nice and plain, so it's good for journaling, which will be nice. I could also line it if I wanted to, but as this is just going to be for my ideas journal, I'm not really too fussy, if I'm completely honest, about finishing things off exactly as I would do for a journal that I was either giving away or doing something with. So there we go. And those little bits I'm going to use up for tickets and things. Let me just see that that fits in there okay. And that fits beautifully, I think, she says. The glue's got stuck down a little bit. Let's just free that up a little bit. These metal rulers are fab for doing this with. If you've glued something down and you just need to free the edges up, these are really good for that purpose. Excuse the rattling of my desk. There we go. Slot that in like so, and that fits nicely now, so that's lovely. And I'm going to trim the edges or the corners. I'm just going to round the corners off just to make it into a nice shape of a journal card. That's that one done. Lovely jubbly. There we go. And I also want to do a little tab. So I need my other... Oh, I've had to move my room around and I'm scrabbling around for things at the moment, so apologies. Is that 2 inches? It's just under 2 inches, and that's just over 2 inches. So if I just trim that off there, I can probably make use of this. It should work if I use the longer side for... yeah, if I use the longer side rather than the shorter side. There's not a lot in it, but oh gosh, that was rubbish. There we go. Come on, move, move, move. There we are. Perfect. Let me just... And then I am going to use my little tabby bit that I use. Come on. Clip, oop, clip that out of there. I'm not quite sure where that went. It went on me. Get off. And then that bit on there. There we go. And we have a lovely little tabby-doo. And I filled my glue bottle up while I was off camera, so hopefully this won't mess me about anymore. Yay, look at that, how brilliant. It's just fab. I'm going to pop that on there. That doesn't look very straight, does it? That's because it's not. Oh, do come on. There we go. And now I'm going to put a little bit of glue, be-doo-be-doo, dooby-dooby-doo on there. Maybe a little bit on there. Stick that down. Marvelloso. And there we go. Smashing. There we go, nice little tab. I could decorate that up if I wanted to. Put little bits and pieces on there, but for the time being, I'm just going to slot that in there. How nice is that? That's so fab, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let me pop this in here. Where should I put this? About on there. That'll do. We'll just slip that on there, and I'm going to pop it on so that I can put a little tucky bit in there. So we are going to go down this side. Oh, we would do. No, don't mess about. I've only just filled you up. Oh, super job. Look at that. Splurged. Let me turn this around so that I can do that. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Smashing. Oh, I'm brain dead, aren't I? I've glued that round the wrong way, so I need to find another page to put it on. Find a page, Dawn. Stop messing about, dear. I'm going to put it... Oh, I don't want to put it there. Let me... I'm going to pop it on this one, I think. There we go. Smashing. That's that one done. Okay, that's that one in place. So that's two. So we've now got, from the scraps, we've got this one here, which I love. I think that's so cute with all the little bits and pieces in it. And I've just done the little transparency insert as well with the journal card. So that's nice. Love that. And now we're going to play with a little bit of that other stuff. So I'm just going to pop that to one side for a second. Let's have a look and see what other bits and pieces we've got here that I can make use of. So, I hope you've all had that fabulous bank holiday. I've kind of lost another day because, like I say, I was doing this video yesterday, and now it's Monday, so yeah, it's not actually going to go out. I've got those little bits there I can do some bits and pieces with. I've got little bits here. That would make a nice little belly band, wouldn't it, that one? So I'll do a little belly band with that. This one, could do a nice little journal card with that. Lots of bits and pieces to use up, aren't there? Bits and pieces. What was I doing with that? I don't know, but I like that there, so I'm going to do something with that, folks. So I'm going to use that. I'm just going to get a few little bits here. Got some bits there that I want to use up, and I would use my trimmer, but I'm just going to use my craft knife to do this with. So I'm just going to trim that down there. I mean, even that I could use for something, but I really like this little design, and this has all been folded up, so I'm going to use this as possibly a little tag, I think. Make a little tag from it. Just a little one would be good. Just going to check that that's pretty straight though, and it does look quite straight, which is nice. I've got a foldy bit there. Now then, no then. Going to cut that. I don't know, do I want to? Let me just take that straight across, I think. Going to take that straight across there, like so. And then I shall use my little old punch to do the corners. And there's a nice little tag. And what should we decorate that with, folks? Got some of those. I've got that little piece there. I'd like to use that for something. Oh, that's laughter. That's nice. Could pop that one on there, couldn't I? Blue looks nice, doesn't it? Maybe, what do you think? Little but no, I don't like losing all the butterfly. I could take that across there. So many bits and pieces left over to work with. I've got a smaller one of those somewhere. There's the smaller one. Not sure. What do you think? You like that? Oh dear. Embellishing is never my forte really, because I take far too long to think about what it is I want to do. Some more little labels there to use. And I think I'm going to cut one of these out and maybe just use half of it, maybe. I don't know. Let me have a look and see. It's really nice to be able to get back into my room. I haven't been in here for, if you take out yesterday, because I was only in here for 10 minutes, it's been over a week since I've been able to do anything. And it's amazing how much you miss it when you're not here. Right, let me just take that down to there. How does that work? Pop that there, and then pop that across there. Do we like that, folks? I think I do. I think I might just want to give it a little bit of ink. I really should have organised my room before I came in, because I'm having to stretch around for things, whereas normally they're all to hand. So, but never mind. Never mind at all. I'm just gonna give a little bit of colour to the edge of this, just the tiniest little bit, just to make it stand out from this background. That's all I'm aiming to do. So that's that bit. Move that bit there out of the way. And then, yeah, that looks nice now. Okay, let me just clean my nozzly up. How do nozzles get so glued up so quickly? It's incredible, isn't it? You clean them off all the time and they still end up getting messed up, which is a little bit frustrating. There we go. Let's pop that bit on there. Straighten it up a little bit. tissue. That's what we're looking for. Okay, and now we're just going to pop this one and you know what, I think I want to change my mind as to what word I want to use. I'm going to use this one instead. I think it's more in keeping for the design that I've cut out, really. So I'm going to use this one instead. Oh dear, there's nothing like changing your mind, is there? There we go. Yeah, so I've had my brother-in-law here for the last 3 days. He's just left today to go back home. Haven't seen him for a couple of years actually. My sister passed away about 20 months ago, and I haven't seen him since, so it was really lovely for him to make the journey to come up and see us. You know, there's been a lot going on over the last couple of years, and we really haven't had a chance to get together, so it was really lovely to spend a little bit of time with him, which was lovely. And he's just gone home today. There we go. There, that's nice, isn't it? What do you think, guys? Do you like that? Nice, just a little insert, and I think I'll just finish that off just by rounding off these little corners. There we go. That's cute, like that. So I'm going to put that to one side for ephemera bits and pieces that I can make use of. What did I do with that bit of cloth? There it is. I think I'm going to pop that in the bin. That's covered in ink. I don't want to use that. Well, I'll use that one because it's cleaner. There we go. Right then. Oh, what's next on the agenda? Let's have a look-see. Right, we've got little bits and pieces. Got lots of these. I love these. I think they're gorgeous. Let's have a look at my bits and pieces. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do some journal, some double fold journal cards. I'm just wondering if I've got a bit of, little bit of paper that would work for that. What have we got here? You see, that's gorgeous, isn't it? I want to use that for something, but that would make two. I couldn't really fold that and make a decent small journal. I want something sort of half that sort of size, really. Just going to have a look through these bits of paper I've got here and see if I've got something that I can make use of. Let's have a look, see. Oh, I've got an itchy nose. Yum. Would that work? That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. We're going to use that one. More labels there. We'll use some of those. So we're going to use this one. And I'm going to use my trim so that I hopefully get it straight. I really need to keep an eye on the time because I am terrible for going over time. There we go, I get carried away when I'm doing these things, so that's lovely, isn't it? Do we like that? I think we do. I think we do. And just take that little edge off there, like so, and then is that straight? Do you know, I look at things and they don't look straight to me, but they are. I think I must have crooked eyes or something. How random. Right, and now I am going to fold this like so. And that now is going to make a lovely little double fold journal card. And I'm just going to trim the edges, not the edges, the corners even. Just going to round those corners off like so. And like so. So that's the corners rounded off. And I've got lots of nice little bits and pieces here, but we could make use of this one. Oh, I could use one of those on there to use that up with that maybe on there. That looks nice. What do you think? Love it. We'll go with that. I've got an earworm and I keep humming this tune and it's driving me absolutely bonkers at the moment. And I'm trying desperately not to hum it along. But there you go. That's earworms for you. I'm going to pop this down here like so. Nice. So that's going to go, I think we want to put that across there. That's lovely. These are so pretty. And then do we want that up there? Or, actually I do like that there. I was going to put it down there, but I actually quite like it in that corner. And plus by putting it in that corner, I'm filling a little blank space up. And it also fits very nicely there anyway. So that's good. Nice. There we go. And I want to put a little tab on there. Shall I use some more of this one up? I will. Wow, that was a quick decision. That's still going to be the same width, Dawn, no matter how many times you measure it. And that's a bit short, to be fair. That might work. Yep, I just need to tidy up that edge a little bit, I think. So just put that away. I need it, don't I? Let me just make sure that's straight there. I have bought myself a new mat, but I haven't popped it on my desk yet, so that will help me an awful lot with trimming things up and making sure things are straight. Oh dear, I've got terrible sniffles again. I am sorry. There we go. That one can go there. I'll take that one down there. You see, does that look straight? Honestly, I really don't think it is. And I don't know why I'm whispering, because you won't be able to hear me, will you? Because I'm a donut. There we go. Let's pop that there a second. Yeah, you see it's curved at the edge there. That's the danger, obviously, with using craft knives, when you don't hold your rulers hard enough. Right then, let's speak up a little bit, because otherwise you won't be able to hear a word I'm blithering about, which isn't helpful, is it? And we are going to pop this in here, and we're going to clip that off. Oof, clip that off. Bits flying everywhere. So that's another little piece of that used. And I'd like to put a little something on there. What can I put on there, folks? Oh, will that fit? Not really. It's a bit big, isn't it? That's a bit big. I think these are just buttony bits. Oh, do we want to put a buttony bit on there? That's quite cute, actually, because that's actually quite nice. And I say because I'm going to put a little brad through that, which would be quite cute, I think. Let's pop that on there. Little button that I didn't use from the kit. Lovely. That's nice. Let's see what that looks like. What do you think? Do you like that? I think that looks really nice there. And I'm going to put a little brad in there, I think. If I can find my brads. Where are they? There they are. Rummaging around in my drawers. That's nice. I just want a little brad to pop through that. I think that one's probably about the right size. So I'll use that one. And I'm just going to pop my pencil through there because that's not going to work, is it? Oh dear. Let me just make a slit so I can get the brad through. There we go. That should hopefully make that easier to get that brad through there now. There we go. And just open it up. There we go. Smashing. Squeeze that down a bit. I didn't centralise it very well, did I? I'm going to pop a little bit of ink around the edge. Little bit of ink. So the other thing to let you know is I've had quite a few new subscribers, so if you're relatively new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. It's lovely to have you. If you are new to the channel and haven't subscribed, it would be lovely to have you too. And if you subscribe, you will get notifications when I do release new videos and things. So that's always a good thing. Do we like that, guys? I'm not sure. What do you think? Would it be better down here, in the middle? Quite like it in the middle, to be fair. Let's pop it in the middle because it looks nice against that little pink tickety thing there. And we're going to give this a goodly amount of glue to make sure that it all sticks down nicely. So I'm going to line it up with that little pink ticket there. There we go. Lovely. Now I'm going to fold it over and just finish that bit off there. Give that a nice little glue around the brad to make sure that seals down nicely. And then squash it down. There we go. And now we have a lovely little double journal card, and that can slot into a pocket really nicely. To make a pocket, I am going to make a nice little pocket for it, and I think that would work really nicely. Except I don't want to cut. Oh, that would make a nice pocket, but if I angled that, I'm going to lose half the buzz, so I'm going to find something else to make a pocket with, I think. Those are too pretty to be cut up like that. What do you think to that one, guys? Do you think that would make a nice pocket? I just want to... That would work, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. We'll use that one for a little pocket. It's only an offcut. It's not like it's being planned for anything else or being used for anything else. So I am going to, I'm saying that, will that actually fit? Oh, it will fit in there. That's not, oh, mine too, Rodney. Mine too. I put the tab on so it wants to be a little side tucky job, doesn't it? Oh, a light bulb's just gone on because I'm an idiot. Where's that one I just put in here? Who knows? Oh, hello. There it is. Oh no, man, I put it on the wrong side. Oh, jeepers. Okay, let's make another one. Oh, that's just ridiculous. Oh gosh, life is so difficult sometimes, isn't it? So, oh my goodness me, what am I going to do? So, let me think about this for a cotton picking minute. Oh dear. Oh dear. My brain's just gone empty. Okay, let me have a look through and see what else we've got that I can do something with. You see, this is what happens when you don't plan things and you just want to go with the flow. That's nice, isn't it? Those look work well together. What am I going to do with it? Oh, what am I going to do with it? I do not know. I want to do almost like a little, what are they called? You know, those library card tuck thingies. Would that one work? Oh, that has got a backing on it as well. So that would... Okay, let's try this. Let's try and do something with this. Because we can. Let's tidy up this mess. Okay, so we are, so if that comes up there, if I want to take that up there like that, then fold the edges round, which I do. What do I want to use? Do I want to use that side? I think I'll use that side. So I want to go about, let me have a look. If I said 2 centimetres, so that would be about there. So I'm going to cut that to about there. The earworm's getting me again, guys. Right, there we go. Oh, that didn't want to cut. Oh, excuse me. Sniffles. Oh my goodness me, look at that. That chomped that away well, didn't it? Let me just take that down just a tiny... Oh, it doesn't matter actually, because that's going to be folded. Is it going to be folded? What are you doing, Dawn? That's not going to be folded, is it? I am being a donut, really am. Oh, why is that not cutting now? Carefully. Okay, let's go up that way. There we go, that's got it tidied. That's that tidied up. Okay. And then what I want to do is take that in about a centimetre there and take it to about there. Scissors. Okay. And then, oops, make sure that's straight across there and bring that line down to there. So I want to centimetre up on that one. Can't see the marked one, it's there. Okay. Right, take that one up to there-ish. Yep. Cut that there. And then that one's going to be folded up like so. And that can be folded round. So oops, sorry, I keep banging that. Right, I'm going to mitre that edge there, and I'm just going to mitre that edge there so it's not so bulky around the back. I'm going to fold that over there, so that gives me a nice little pocket there. So that works, doesn't it? Which is lovely. Where's my bone folder? There it is. God, that's only just going to fit, isn't it? Give those a good squidge down, and I want to make a little thumb notch there. Little thumb notch there. A little bit of inkity poos there, and we're going to the best thing is I've done this and I actually don't think that journal card's going to fit now because I've folded this up just a little bit too high, but never mind, I can use it for something else. Squash that down there, squash that down there. Like so, and then that gives me a little pocket there, and I want to round those edges, around that one and come out and round this one. That's that one done. I might use that for something, I'm not sure what. Okay, where's my little book? Look in my book. That's pretty, isn't it? Will that fit in there? It will if I do a side tuck, won't it? I'm going to do a side tuck. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do a little old side tuck. So get this right this time, Dawn. You don't want to glue that. You just want to glue down this side. Like so and like so. It's beginning to warm up, guys. I'm getting a little bit warm. Yep, done that right this time. And I'm going to pop that on there. Just going to dab that down. Take the excess glue away. Nice. And now, folks, tra-la. That fits nicely into there, doesn't it? Love that. Where's that little tag I made? Little taggy poos can go in there. How fab is that? And now, where's those other little bits I've got in here? Because I'm going to slot that one in there. And I've got that pretty little flowery bit as well. And that one can go in there. That's fantastic, isn't it? Do you like that? I like that. See, I do these things and I think, oh, I could have put that in the original journal, but then it would have made it too bulky because there's already quite a lot in it anyway. And this is why you have to make at least 2 or 3 journals out of one design, because there's too many ideas for them all. There we go. That's a nice little library card with a tuck behind it, with a little journal card which you can pop in there. How are we doing for time, guys? I reckon we're probably almost there. So what else shall I do that I've got time to do? I really want to get a few more pockets and bits and pieces in there. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. I want to, rather than pockets, I want to make some little like tickety things with all my little bits and pieces that I've got. I've got loads and loads and loads of tiny little pieces that I want to make up some little tickets with. Where's that other little strip that's gone that I had? Oh, that would be nice to use. Just found that as well. And where did that strip go that I've been using for the tabs, guys? Can you see it anywhere? Shelby! Maybe I can use that. So, no, it's the wrong colour. Don't want to use that. Oh, I was going to make an envelope out of this and I messed it up. Maybe, the thought wheels are running round again, guys. Sorry. So sorry. Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. So I want to. Oh, it's not quite wide enough. Oh, it would be if I cut that down a bit. So what I want to do is trim that little piece down a bit. I want to quite like the idea of making a few little tickety bits. So I'm going to trim that off there. And I want to not trim that off too much because I don't want to lose the flower. I'm going to trim that off there. And then that'll work nicely on there now, won't it? That's lovely. Okay, so I want to trim that piece off there. And then I can make use of this little stripperunio. There we go. So I can do that, can't I? That's nice. And what I can do is use my little punch to trim that off nicely there. Oh, come on. Stop messing about. Turn your punch over, Dawn. There we go. Trim that bit off there. Move that down to there. Get both corners in and make sure they're lined up. Oof, trim that off there. Trim that off there. That's lovely. That's pretty, isn't it? We like that very much. So we're going to glue that piece on. There we go. We're going to glue that little bit on there. Try and keep it lined up as best we can. About centrally-ish. That's nice. That's really lovely. Love, love, love that. Okay. So we like that, and let's have a look and see if I've got anything that would suit it. That's got the same. Oh gosh, that would. Do you think that? I'm going to cut that bit off there. Maybe, I don't know. Bring that in there. What do you think? That looks nice, doesn't it? Just going to round those edges off a little bit. Just round those little bits off there. Just bring that over the edge, maybe. That bit there, that looks nice, like that. I'm just going to just throw a little bit of ink round there. Just a hint. Little hint of ink. Like so. That's going to hang over the edge, so I want that to be probably only glued up to about there, I think. I think that will work nicely. And then I want to pop that about there, I reckon. Maybe-ish. Yeah. Do I? There we go. I just want it just hanging over the edge a little bit, just to give a little bit of interest, that's the word I'm looking for, around the border. And now I want a little void. A little void. Do we want a pink word? Do we want a blue word? Do we want one of these words? I don't want too big a word, to be honest. Do I want a black word? What does black look like? Oh, I'm not keen on the black on it. I am not going to lie. What have we got? What have we got? There's not a lot left in my little bit. Oh, that looks cute. Maybe we'll use that one, possibly. Who knows? Let's have a look, see. Let's see what this one looks like. And then when I've done this one, guys, I think we'll call it a day. Because I've probably kept you for long enough, to be perfectly honest. Does that one work? After all that, I don't even like it on there. I don't think that works at all, do you? No, it needs to be something else. Oh no, what am I going to use? Have I got a tiny little word? I said no to the black. I'm going to go with a black, I think. Just want a tiny little word. Not something humongously big. I just want a little something on there, that's all. Just a little something. Does that work better, do you think? Yes, like that. Okay, we're going to go with that one. I'm just going to tidy this up. Put your glasses on, Dawn, so that you can see what you're doing. Just going to tidy this one up a little bit. Just the tiniest little fraction. There we go. Like that. That works nicely. Tra-tra-la-la. My desk now looks like a bomb site. But let's not worry about that. And I'm just going to pop that on there. There we go. That's lovely. I do like that very much. That's nice. I'm just going to throw a little, tiny little bit of ink around the edge. Tiny little bit of ink around the edge. And that's it. Okay, so I am going to call it a day for today. Let me pop that on there. Let me get all these out of the way because I just want to show you what we've done. I don't feel we've done a lot, and I don't feel I've used a lot of what I've got left to use, to be perfectly honest. But it's a start, and you have to start somewhere, don't you, folks? So I've used some of my leftovers. I'm ashamed at how much of leftovers I have. And how much I'm not going to use the word waste because all of this will get used at some point, but there really should not be that much left over when you're doing journals because that's just crazy. So what have we done? We have done a little library card pocket and a little tag there. These were part of the ephemera that you got with the journal, with the collection anyway, from Scrimping Mummy, Diary of a Lady. And then I made this double journal card, which I've embellished with just a little bit of a brad there. And again, just bits from the kit. This is all from the same kit. Just a little journal card there. I've made out of one of the offcuts. I've made this little ticket here, which I think is just really cute. Love that. And I'm just going to slot that in there for now so that I know where it is. I didn't make this today, but I did make this from all the offcuts and leftovers. And that's just a little Z fold, which just tucks in to the little label there to hold it down, which I absolutely love. And then we've also got from the offcuts, if I can find it again, where's it gone? Who knows? There it is. And I've also got this little, I'm just going to hold that up a little bit so that the light doesn't blind you. I've just got this little transparency pocket, which has got the journal card in it there, which is lovely. And then you've got a little tuck spot there for another journal card. Yeah, so if you wanted to tuck another little journal card in there, you could do so. And that's it for today, guys. That's all I've done. I hope you enjoyed being with me. As I said, please do subscribe if you haven't already. You'll get notifications when I have more fantabulous ideas, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. So take care, everybody.